The following message is transmitted at the request of the Metropolitan Police. At 6 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The Metropolitan Police are receiving reports of a shooting at the central London area. The gunmen have assault rifles and are opening fire at a synagogue and a church. It's unknown what the motive is at this time. If you're in central London, leave the area immediately. Stay tuned to BBC One for more updates on this event. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Metropolitan Police. At 6:30 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The Metropolitan Police are receiving more reports of shootings at churches and synagogues in the central London area. The gunmen have assault rifles and are opening fire at worshippers in synagogues and churches. It's unknown what the motive is at this time. If you're in central London, leave the area immediately. Do not approach the gunmen as they are considered very dangerous. Stay tuned to BBC One for more updates on this event. Welcome to the BBC News. As you may have heard, there are reports of shootings in the central London area. The shootings have a pattern that they are occurring at churches and synagogues. We now go to our correspondent Julia. Julia.
Yes, Daniel, I'm at the scene of a shooting right now. Counter-terrorism police are being deployed to all areas of the shootings. We still currently don't know what the motive is behind these mass shootings, but the police believe it's as religiously motivated. Hang on, the shooting has stopped. This is Kate signing off.
Well, that's odd. The shooting has stopped. Usually the shooting continues. All residents of central London are advised to
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Government of the United Kingdom. At 7:30 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The BBC headquarters, Houses of Parliament and government buildings and Buckingham Palace have exploded in one go. Police and anti-terrorist forces have concluded that the explosion and the shootings in central London are related. In addition, the shooting in central London has subsided. The army is being deployed to the whole city of London to assist the police and counter-terrorism forces. Martial law is being enforced at this time. The Prime Minister, the royal family and the BBC staff are confirmed to be dead from the explosion. The armed forces will take over governance of this country until the terrorists have been found. All residents of the City of London are advised to stay indoors. Only go outside to buy food or exercise. Try to be violent with the army and you'll be met with lethal force. Stay tuned to the BBC for more updates on this developing situation.
Hey everyone, watch this. I'll show you here clearly, Judas.
We have interrupted your regular programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Armed Forces Junta. At 12 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The terrorist attacks in London 2 days earlier has spread to the rest of the United Kingdom and the British Empire. The following areas impacted are London, Bristol, Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle, York, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Aberdeen, Belfast, Londonderry and Dublin. The colonies impacted are Dominion of Canada, Commonwealth of Australia, Dominion of New Zealand, Union of South Africa, North and Southern Rhodesia, Egypt, Hong Kong and the Caribbean colonies. These terrorist attacks range from shootings of places of worship, blowing up government buildings and broadcasting headquarters. There is catastrophic damage to these areas. All residents of the British Empire are ordered to stay in your shelters, only go outside for buying food or exercising. The armed forces of the British Empire are being deployed to all areas that have been impacted. Try to be violent with the army and you will be met with lethal force. Stay tuned to BBC One for more updates on this developing situation. If you're not connected to BBC One, tune into another stations near you. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Armed Forces Junta. The situation regarding the terrorist attacks are over. At 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, the army has successfully defeated the terrorists. In addition, the terrorist group responsible for these attacks has been found. The terrorist group, National Action, has surrendered to the Armed Forces Junta and has accepted responsibility for the attacks. Their motive was by doing these attacks was to do a coup and make the British Empire into a neo-Nazi state. The threat to the whole British Empire is over. You can now exit your shelters. However, there is massive damage to the whole British Empire. We now return to regular programming.